England, where you have the luxury of being the underdogs. There's no pressure and you don't have anything to lose. But especially after the performance that you put up in the last game, everyone who will be coming up in your game against Italy will be expecting you to win. You will be starting as the favorites for a change. Do you think that this adds to a pressure? Will there be any sort of difference in terms of the mental preparation for the side?
Yes, I think when you play a World Cup, there's obviously a pressure, and everyone back home in Nepal wants you to play well for the country. So obviously the pressure will be there, but the team which will handle the pressure well, at pressure situation, I think that team will win. So we have played a lot of cricket now, and our team knows how to handle pressure. We have played against in front of big crowds, so players know how to handle those situations. So we'll do that.
Rohit, Rohit, Nandan was there after the match against England, and he said sorry for the loss. Can we see it from another angle if sorry was not needed?
Sorry, I didn't understand your question.
Nandan was here after the England match, and he said sorry for the loss. Is it really needed, or can we see from another angle so that is not needed?
So Nandan said sorry. It's very personal. I don't know why he said, but maybe he was emotional, and he said sorry to the fans.
Right. After you performed so well against England, you might have seen people are calling for the so-called big teams to play Nepal. What would your message to Australia, England, India, what would your message to those teams be?
My message would be a warm welcome to all those teams in Nepal to come out there and play with us. They will love in Kirtipur, Kathmandu, to play against us, and they will get a warm welcome in Nepal.
Do you hope it happens?
I am very hopeful.
Rohit, how much of an advantage playing all your games at Wankhede?
I think it's a big advantage, especially playing in Asian conditions is an advantage, and playing all our games in Wankhede, it adds more. So I think the wicket is also suiting us the way we play. So it's an advantage.
Hi Rohit. How is the confidence and the morale after playing just one game like that in a World Cup against England, which you almost won? And what learning did you take, you think, from that game, that this is what we need to do to go one step further and beat a full member or a stronger team like that?
A lot of learning, especially the way we played against England. It gave a lot of confidence. Yes, disappointment is there, but I think as a group we need to see that the way we played against England, one of the favorites team in the tournament, and I think as a group it gave a lot of confidence to us, and moving forward to Italy's game. So yeah, Italy is one of the good teams, because for past they have been playing really well cricket, so we cannot take any team lightly here in this World Cup. So we have been planning well, so now it's time to execute those plans.
Even when you play West Indies and Scotland later on, what do you think you need to keep in mind so that you go all the way and complete that victory?
So I think for last games learning, I would say decision making at crunch situations, when there is pressure, how you execute those plans, that is very important. So handling those pressure and executing the plan is very important for us in a game against West Indies and Scotland.
Rohit, I want to take you back to 2 years back when we lost by a run against South Africa. We had a similar scenario in social media where everyone was praising Nepal, but since then we only got to play one series against Test Nation, and that was depleted West Indies series. And now we've got IPL teams tweeting about us, big legends talking about us, but it is limited to only social media and not in reality. So what do you think needs to change? Because in between these 2 years, we are close beating South Africa more than we're beating England. So what do you think needs to change in all cricket scenario that teams like Nepal get more exposure in terms of not just in social media but in matches? So what do you think needs to change?
I think it's a very good question, because after the game against South Africa in the World Cup, we only played a series against West Indies, a test playing country, and in 2 years it shows that we didn't get that exposure and experience which we thought we would get after that World Cup, but unfortunately we could not get it. So I think that is very important for us to get exposure and experience playing against some of the good teams and testing our skills in front of them. So I thought we didn't get that, but we were playing games. But if we get an opportunity of playing them regularly in a year, I would say not 6-7 series, but at least 1 or 2 series, so that we can test ourselves in front of them. So that would be very good. So I hope that after this World Cup it changes.
Talking about England match, so how much has the NPL impacted in national team's performance? Because this is the first actual match that we played after NPL. We could not play any proper matches. And looking at the game against by yourself, Dipendra, Lokesh, how much did the NPL impact, and the quality of foreign players that came in to play NPL, how much did that impact in that performance?
I think for us, for Nepali player, it is very important NPL, because it is one of the best tournaments in Nepal in T20 format, and players like Lokesh, there are few other players also, local players who don't often get opportunity to play in Nepal national team. So I think they get the exposure and experience there in NPL to play against one of the best players in the world, and sharing dressing room with them, sharing their experience, gaining their experience. So I think that is very important. So I think NPL has helped a lot to us as a player.
Hi Rohit, just touching on what you said earlier about possibility of England and Australia coming to Kathmandu, just how much would it mean to Nepal cricket and Nepal cricket fans? We all saw how excited they were the other day when they were playing England.
I think it will mean a lot, especially if Australian team or England team comes to Nepal. That will show world cricket that Nepal also plays cricket, and it plays decent cricket. And this World Cup has shown that. Last World Cup we played decent. This World Cup we came back much more stronger. So I think if Australia, England, India, whoever comes, I think our cricket will grow, and it will help to globalize the cricket more. So I think it's very important.
Rohit, that loss against South Africa in the last T20 World Cup and the one against England, the results were almost similar, but which outcome from the two did you think put more spotlight on the team or Nepal cricket, given that you're surrounded between countries who have been playing international cricket for a very, very long time, and you're relatively very new? So which of these two outcomes have kind of given you the more spotlight or the highlight, or maybe spark more reactions from the fans, not just from home but away as well? Because that evening Dale Steyn tweeted something, last night maybe Sanjay Madrekar said something. So
I think both that event has given more spotlight to Nepal cricket, especially it was against South Africa. It was the first time we came so close to beat them, and obviously last game against England, it has given a lot more spotlight. As you mentioned, that Dale Steyn and few of the other legends also mentioned about Nepal cricket and the talent which all the players have. So I think both that game has given a lot of spotlight to Nepal cricket, and I hope we'll continue to deliver such performance.
Rohit, how much do you look at the social media, and because certain teams don't follow social media because of the pressures from various corners, do you and the Nepal team follow social media and see what's going on, what's being written about, what's being discussed about Nepal cricket? And secondly, you mentioned about the advantages of playing at one center, but would you have preferred to play at different centers to experience the different conditions, the soil being different, red, black, whatever it is, and experience different centers in India?
So I think for your first question's answer, I think it depends upon individual what they feel. So, few players see the social media, few do not. So I think it depends upon very individual thing. And coming back to your second question, I think to experience different soil, different environment, I think we'll come back for that for in bilateral or tri-nation series. And I think in World Cup we will prefer to play on the same venue because it gives an extra advantage to us. So we're loving it.
Okay, there's so many IPL teams praising Nepal. So do you think that Nepali players will play in coming days in IPL?
I think talent-wise, we have the talent, and the way they have been giving us a good compliment, I hope that a few of our players will be picked. Thank you.